Hi and welcome to this video session entitled How to Quit Smoking. My name is Janice Burgess and I'm the Quit Smoking Coach who will be providing you with some helpful tips about how to successfully quit smoking. Let's face it, many smokers do want to quit, they just don't know really where to get started. Many have tried and some have been very successful and others not so much. So it's really my role to provide you with strategies that will work and point you in the right direction so that when you are ready, whether it's today or next week or next month, you will know exactly where to find support and information about what works. So lots of research has been done about how to successfully quit smoking, but what might work for you would likely not work for your neighbor or your friend or your smoking buddy. The journey to quit is very individualized, and so today we will cover the 7 most basic topics you need to think about that will help you succeed. And we'll then also provide you with a list of options available to you at the end of the presentation as well. And you can decide whether you want to sign up for more sessions or sign up just to decide what would work best for you. We'll give you some more information about that later. So before we dive into the 7 things we'd like you to know about quitting, I feel it's really important for me to give you a little bit of information about myself so that you can understand why I feel that helping people quit smoking is so important. I am a pharmacist by profession. I've worked over 20 years in pharmacy, and I have over 10 years of experience helping people commit to quitting smoking. I used to be a smoker myself, as you can see in this picture. I started when I was only 12 years old, and thank goodness I quit when I was 24, just after I graduated from the College of Pharmacy. I'll be the first to admit that it was difficult for me to quit. And even now, my brain still sometimes tells me it would taste really good to have a cigarette, which just proves what a powerful addiction smoking can be. I would never smoke again, but I do understand that having mixed feelings about quitting is just part of the journey to quit. I think the key thing that I want you to know is that my dad died when he was only 56 years old from lung cancer. He was a smoker, and I miss him every day. I often think about how nice it would be to have him around, and if I had spoken to him about his smoking a long time ago, perhaps he would still be around today. He would only be 79 years old right now. It makes me sad to think about all the things he missed out on. We used to go for walks and talk. I have made it my mission to help others not miss out on their lives, not to miss out on good health, and not to miss out on the things that are yet to come. And that's why it's so important to me. So today we'll discuss topics which include things like why is smoking so addictive? And it is one of the most intense addictions out there. What are some of the benefits to quitting tobacco? What are some ways to manage cravings and withdrawal symptoms? Do the drug therapies really work? What are they? And if so, how do they work? What are my triggers and what can I do to avoid smoking when I'm exposed to those triggers? What is a personalized quit plan and how do I get a hold of one? And what quit smoking options are out there for me to succeed? So why is smoking so addictive? Well, it's essentially when someone drags on a cigarette, a lit cigarette, nicotine reaches the pleasure center in the brain in just 7 to 10 seconds. There's no other drug of addiction that gets to the brain as quickly. Dopamine is released, which is the chemical in our brains which makes us feel good. But that nicotine and dopamine wear off very quickly, causing withdrawal symptoms. And so people continue to smoke for 2 reasons, really. They like the feeling that the dopamine gives them, and they wish to avoid the very unpleasant withdrawal symptoms that occur when they stop smoking. Cigarettes are a highly manipulated drug delivery device as well. The tobacco industry has made them that way. There are 2 different thicknesses of paper so that when you're smoking, the cigarette burns quicker than when you're not smoking. There's Freon added to pump up the tobacco. In fact, there are over 4,700 different chemicals in a lit cigarette. Some are added to get us addicted quicker. Some are added as flavoring so it tastes better, and over 50 are known to cause cancer. Light cigarettes are really not any safer either. They simply have more air or more air spaces in the filters, so they seem less harsh. But the fact is that people are inhaling just as many harmful chemicals as with regular cigarettes. Also want to keep in mind that when we talk about tobacco, of course we're talking about cigarettes, but we can't forget about pipes or cigars and cigarillos and chewed tobacco either. Cigar smokers may spend up to an hour smoking a single large cigar that contains as much tobacco as a pack of cigarettes. The tobacco industry is very creative at attracting new customers as well. In fact, they need to replace the people who die every year from using their product correctly. And so don't be fooled by their ability to appeal to all different kinds of groups. For example, the coffee crowd with coffee-flavored tobacco, or to the clubbing crowd with alcohol-flavored tobacco, or to children with their candy-flavored tobacco, like grape and bubblegum. Even the perception that there is a filter and the product is safer does not mean there actually is a filter on the product. People typically start and become addicted to tobacco at a very young age, just like I did. And it would only take about 3 days of regular use for a young person to become addicted. Once you're addicted, those receptors in your brain change so that you need to smoke more and smoke more often. Don't be fooled by their brilliant marketing tactics. They need to make money. Some people feel that smokeless tobacco, like snus or snuff or chew, is a safer alternative to smoking, but the truth is that all tobacco is harmful. In just one can of snuff, we find nicotine equivalent to the amount you would find in 60 cigarettes, and some people use up to 2 cans or more a day. 1 pinch of snuff equals about 4 cigarettes. A spit tobacco user increases their risk of developing mouth cancer by 50 times. And 50% of people diagnosed with head or neck cancers die within 5 years of diagnosis. So the prognosis is very poor. Chew tobacco also contains gritty, sand-like abrasives like silica that wear down your teeth and gums and get you addicted quicker. And of course they add sweeteners as well to enhance the flavor, but this really just promotes the tooth decay and gum disease. So we all know the harmful health effects of smoking, and I'm sure you could rattle off as many as I could from this list, but there are things like lung disease, cancer, heart disease, stroke, pneumonia, peptic ulcer disease, osteoporosis, cataracts, and the list goes on. Secondhand smoke, as indicated on the right-hand side of the slide, is a combination of poisonous gases, liquids, and breathable particles. It too can be a concern, and of note is the fact that 2/3 of the smoke from a burning cigarette is not actually inhaled. It takes about 3 hours for 95% of the smoke from just one cigarette to leave a room. Children exposed to secondhand smoke can experience more respiratory illnesses, pneumonia, bronchitis, ear infections, and they are linking exposure to secondhand smoke in childhood to childhood diabetes and learning problems as well. Adults exposed to secondhand smoke have an increased chance of developing lung cancer and heart disease, and some other cancers as well. Third-hand smoke is now a concern too. Lead and arsenic from cigarettes have been found on curtains and furniture and clothing exposed to smoking. Consider this: banning smoking in your car can be a huge first step, because just that one change can increase your chance of successfully quitting by 1.5 times. And making your home smoke-free will protect everyone in your home, including your family pets. So let's turn our focus off the harmful effects of smoking, which we all know about, and concentrate on the benefits of quitting. They can be seen right away. Actually, within 20 minutes, your blood pressure decreases, your pulse rate will drop, and your body temperature of your hands and feet will increase. There are benefits to your body, clearly, but also your environment. There's over 4.5 trillion cigarettes are littered worldwide each year. And cigarette filters break up, but they never break down. They're not biodegradable. And that leaves our parks and green spaces littered. What about confidence? If you quit, you'll know that you can succeed at difficult tasks, and quitting will help you believe in yourself. What about saving money? Giving up smoking is like getting a pay raise, and actually, depending on how much you smoke, it could be a substantial raise, $3,000 to $4,000 a year. Skin starved with oxygen from smoking becomes dry and gray, and wrinkles around the eyes and mouth develop earlier. Tar stains on fingers and teeth are also a common symptom of smoking, and so quitting means you would keep your youthful good looks and may also gain years on your life as well. Triggers are things we associate with smoking, and some examples might be when you're drinking coffee or after a meal, when you talk on the phone, are driving, watching TV, when drinking alcohol, or even when taking a break. Sometimes people that you see will trigger the urge to smoke. Or even emotions can also trigger the urge to smoke. For example, when you're feeling angry or bored or relaxed, or possibly even happy. When asked to think about triggers to smoking, many smokers will identify several. The key is to identify your specific triggers, and the challenge is to identify what you will do instead of smoking when confronted with your triggers. These strategies can be added to your personalized quit plan, which we will show you in just a bit. One of the most common reasons people slip or relapse to smoking is due to cravings and withdrawal symptoms. It should be noted that it takes longer to actually smoke a cigarette than for a craving to pass. And withdrawal symptoms are very real, and severity depends on the amount a person smoked, how long they smoked, and what they are using to assist with their quit. For example, are they using medications that relieve some of the withdrawal symptoms so they can concentrate on their personalized quit plan and strategies? Withdrawal symptoms are most intense right after quitting smoking, but they can persist for 2 to 4 weeks after the quit date as well. But they are also a sign that the body is healing or that more oxygen is breaking through to various parts of the body. One example would be people may cough more right after they quit smoking. This is a sign that the cells in the lungs are reawakening and starting to clear some of the chemicals and mucus caused by the smoking. To help with the urge to smoke, think of the 4 Ds. It's very helpful. Delay, distract, drink water, and use deep breathing and visualization techniques. Instead of reaching for a cigarette, try to delay it and see if the urge passes. Or do something different to distract yourself, and that will help take your mind off smoking. Something like doing the dishes right after supper, or doing a crossword puzzle, or painting your fingernails. Taking deep breaths can help promote relaxation. And so close your eyes and visualize what you will look like and feel like as a tobacco-free person. Or visualize yourself doing something that you really enjoy without the cigarette in your hand or in your mouth. Drinking water can help replace the sensation of having a cigarette in your hand or smoke in your mouth as well. The trick to succeeding at any big change is to make a plan. It's very powerful to start thinking of yourself as tobacco-free from this day forward. You might slip, you might even relapse, you might even just be quitting or cutting back right at the moment. But once you have a plan to deal with those situations, you can't fail. Now, it's not possible to think of everything you might encounter or plan for all the challenges you might face, but there are some key things that will go into your personalized quit plan that will help you succeed. As your quit coach, I would help you identify why you smoke. I would help you decide whether drug therapy might improve your success, and if so, which drug therapy and what dose. I will help you discuss what your triggers are and your strategies to deal with them, what your stressors might be, and what you will do to manage your environment, cravings, and social situations. Quit smoking medications do not make you quit. However, they do reduce cravings and withdrawal, and those are two of the biggest reasons people slip and relapse to smoking. First-line therapies for quitting smoking are things like the nicotine replacement therapy that come in patches, gum, lozenges, and a quick mist mouth spray, bupropion or Zyban, and varenicline or Champix. There have been over 1,000 clinical trials conducted on these treatments, and we know them to be both safe and effective. Nicotine replacement therapy, or NRT as I will call it, provides the nicotine, but not the other 4,700 chemicals that can be found in a lit cigarette, so it is much safer. Just of note, nicotine is the addictive component of the cigarette, but it's not what causes damage to our bodies. It's all the tar and carbon monoxide and other chemicals that cause the damage and illness and disease. Bupropion or Zyban is an antidepressant that affects certain chemicals in the brain to help reduce symptoms of nicotine withdrawal. And varenicline or Champix binds to the nicotinic receptors in the brain in the same way a cigarette does. So it causes the receptors to release some of the dopamine, but not as much as a cigarette would. And it binds so strongly to those receptors that if you do smoke, you don't get the same smoking satisfaction as you would from a cigarette, making it less appealing to smoke. So the NRTs available in gum, inhaler, lozenge, patch, and quick mist spray can all be purchased without a prescription. And the Zyban or bupropion and Champix or varenicline require a prescription. But how do you know whether drug therapy is a good idea? And how would you choose one over the other and know it is the best option for you? This is where my pharmacist knowledge comes in very handy. In the same way that I would assist you to create your personalized quit plan, I would also provide you with unbiased information about the drug therapies available to help you quit so that you could decide whether you actually wanted to try one of them, what dose would be best for you, and what is the right decision for you? What is the best treatment? So to consider that, we would look at, do you need to have a cigarette within 30 minutes of waking up? If you do, you are likely a candidate who would benefit from the drug therapy. How many cigarettes per day are you currently smoking? Once we assess that, we can pick the right dose of the medicine for you to start with. What have you tried before? Have you been successful? What was the dose you took before? Did you have any adverse effects from the medicines that you tried in the past? What other medications do you take now that may interfere with the drug therapy and limit our decisions around drug therapy to help you quit? So all of these things are considered when we look at the options of the drug therapies to help people quit smoking. Electronic cigarettes are also being promoted as a quit smoking aid. However, there are some important things to know about e-cigs, as I'll call them. First of all, what are they? Well, they're electronic devices made up of a battery, a heating element, and a cartridge full of either nicotine or flavorings. The cartridges with nicotine have not been approved for sale in Canada. However, they are still readily available in many locations and on the internet. All e-cigs contain propylene glycol, which can be an irritant to the lungs and can cause issues in people with asthma or other lung disorders. And even though there is no combustion, the ingredients that are in the cartridges are released to the surrounding air and inhaled by others in the room, as you can see by this picture. A new Harvard University study suggests that flavorings found in e-cigs contained diacetyl. Many flavorings were tested, and a good majority of them did in fact contain diacetyl, a compound that is associated with a fatal lung condition called bronchiolitis obliterans. Common name for this fatal lung condition is called popcorn lung, because the condition was first diagnosed in staff who worked in factories that packaged microwave popcorn. Popcorn lung is characterized by a dry cough, shortness of breath, and wheezing. Also, despite claims that e-cigs are effective at helping people quit smoking, evidence is showing that often people continue to smoke while they're on the e-cigarettes. So the options available to quit smoking have never been better. And partnering with a quit smoking coach or a healthcare professional that you trust can dramatically improve your success of quitting. I'm going to give you a few of the options that are available if you would like to work with me as your quit coach. And then I'll let you know how you can have a short consultation with me to decide whether the options presented might be something you'd be interested in. So first of all, the 28-day quick start. If you're ready to quit now or in the next few days, but you feel like you just need a little boost to get started, this quit plan is for you. Resources and detailed instructions are hand-picked by me, the quit coach, after a private 45 to 60-minute consultation. I'll help you identify why you smoke, what your triggers are, your strategies to deal with them, and we'll provide you with tips that will help you succeed. But that's not all. Support continues for the next 28 days with weekly check-ins. You might want a little more time to create and activate your personalized quit plan, and that's great. That's okay. Success is sure to come when plans are well thought out and doable. So the best option for you would be the slow and steady 90-day quit plan. There's a 60-minute consultation with me. We activate quit strategies specific to your needs. I help you create and implement your personalized quit plan. We have a 30 to 45-minute consultation just before your quit date to make sure it's solidified. And then 3 months of follow-up or 8 short check-ins. There's also group sessions. And in group sessions, you learn about successfully quitting along with other like-minded people. People who, like you, want to give up their addiction to tobacco and the grip it has on their life. And learn ways to be healthy without having to remember to be healthy. So group sessions meet once a week for 4 weeks. They're interactive, and they will assist you to build new friendships without the smoking. You also become part of a private community of people who support each other to succeed. And right now, if you sign up for the group sessions within the next 2 weeks, they are only $179. That's $100 savings, people. That is incredible. Also, if you are a resident of Saskatchewan, there may be some of these options that are totally free of charge for you. But I can help discuss that with you when you sign up for a little short 15-minute meeting with me. So when we discuss which option is best, you'll sign up for the 15-minute call to discuss your specific goals. We'll find the best fit for your needs. You'll be able to decide if you would like to partner with me as your coach, if you feel confident in that. But please know that I believe you deserve to have the health and life that you want. There's a link here, and at the end of the video, I'll also share a link so that you can book that appointment at a time that's convenient for you. The focus is on quitting tobacco, you bet. The focus is on good health. But the focus is also on the big 5 areas of your life. And with my health coach training, I'd like to work with you to help you with those as well. So we want you to feel balanced in all big 5 areas, which include health, money, relationships, career, and a connection to something greater. So I just want to thank you for taking part in this video, for listening in. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me at jbquitcoach@gmail.com. And again, at the end of this video, I'll have a link so that you'll be able to sign up for a short 15-minute chat with me. And we'll help you to proceed in the best way possible. Thank you, and bye.